Stand by. Good afternoon, everybody, and welcome to St. Joe's Prep. It is the site of the quarterfinal round of the Philadelphia Catholic League playoffs, and we have ourselves a matinee affair, a 4 o'clock tip to get us started for what should be a terrific day of Catholic League basketball throughout the region. Let's bring you now inside the broadcast booth. He's Matt Paul. He's Aaron Hart. I'm Bob Long. So thrilled that you're alongside us. Aaron Hart, one of the great officials in our community here. Thrilled to have him on to break down this contest with us. And Matt Paul, coaching in the area for a very, very long time, coaching the Gwen and Mercy girls right now with Next Play Basketball. And who am I? Just happy enough to hang out with these two guys and talk hoops. Bob Long. So let's start, Matt, here with this St. Joe's Prep team. We deserve to start with them because they're the #1 overall seed. They went unbeaten throughout the entirety of 2025 until the Sunday matchup against Father Judge, the only regular season game they lost in the league. Now they have every goal ahead of them. Win the Catholic League, a district title at play, and then eventually a potential state title. But that all goes away if they lose here today.
Well, it's a home game, home court advantage, beautiful gymnasium. They're used to winning here. They have great guards, great coach who has got his team ready to play. I talked to Will Lesovitz earlier this week, one of the starters, and he said they had a great week of practice. They're fired up, ready, and expect them to come out punching early.
Aaron Hart, when you think about this Archbishop Wood team, not your average 10 seed. They're a program that has been at a high level for a long, long time. Deep runs into the state tournament, trips to the Palestra. John Mosco's the only coach, not from Newman Goretti or Roman Catholic, to win a Catholic League title since 2008. So this is not new territory for him, his staff, and even some of these guys, including Brady McAdams, who was alongside the run with Jaleel Bethea and Josh Reed for years.
Well, Archbishop Wood, when I think about them, they come ready for the postseason. They've got a great team. They've got a system they run. Everybody's bought in. I mean, John Moscow is the leader there with his team, and he brings the excitement and entertainment on the sideline too. So you know they'll be ready to play and excited after they beat Bonner to get here.
They did, and that is how they got here, a 7-10 matchup. They beat a Bonner team, Matt, that did scuffle down the stretch, but the interesting key and linchpin and all that is the last 5 quarters and even 9 quarters for Bonner Prendergast were not good. 3 losses, but the 3 quarters prior to that, they had a 14-point lead after 3 at home against this St. Joe's Prep team. Any lessons there from a game like that as we head towards this one?
Coach Moscow is a vet as it relates to winning in the playoffs. He's used to winning at the Palestra, getting to the playoffs. One note, they made 19 free throws against Bonner just a few days ago. Expect him to get the ball inside and early to test the St. Joe Hawks.
Oh, and that'll be Jaden Jenkins, who's been terrific this year for Archbishop Wood. He has continued to improve as the year goes along. And Aaron, it's a St. Joe's Prep team that is going to rely on Will Lesovitz inside. A little bit undersized, but a young man who's done everything that he's been asked from a defensive standpoint to match up with opposing bigs.
Yeah, that's exactly right. You got the big there with Wood. He's got incredible length. He goes and gets rebounds. What I saw when I came down here Sunday and saw the prep play is they're a team rebounding type of system. Everybody goes after the ball, and it's going to take a group effort. And, you know, loose balls, turnovers, that type of stuff, of course, who hits the shots.
We'll find out in 32 short minutes of play. Stay with us here on Bob Long Sports. We'll be right back with Tip on the other side.
Show you a better way to spend your state income taxes and get the money to where it's needed to most to the thousands of qualified kids.
What we like about Blocks is they really know where the need is.
This program ensures that their dollars come 100% into these kids for their tuition assistance.
If you are able, Blocks makes the EITC piece go very quickly and very smoothly.
Turn your PA State tax liability into need-based scholarships and receive a 90% tax credit.
Sports fans, welcome to Gentili's. Before the game or after the game, you don't have to travel far anymore. Come out to Gentili's Pizza in Exton for the best cheesesteaks and pizza you'll ever eat in your life, and I guarantee it. Let me take you inside and show you what we're all about. I mean, come on, look at that cheesesteak. Sliced ribeye, sauteed fried onions on a beautiful Karanji seeded roll. Cooper sharp cheese. That, my friends, is a slam dunk. So come to Gentili's for your best cheesesteak that you ever had in your life. And this is the Charlie Pizza. Got Pecorino Romano. And we top it off with a little hot honey. Gentili's Pizza, Exton, PA. Can't wait to see you after the game.
Dunphy Ford is Mayfair's neighborhood Ford store.
Nobody knows your neighborhood like Dunphy Ford.
Nearly 40 years.
Right here on Frankfurt Avenue. Generation after generation. Our neighbors continue to be our customers. We have access to the cars and trucks you want with financing you need.
Dunphy Ford is Northeast Philly's first choice for America's #1 brand. 7700 Frankfurt Avenue in Mayfair. Online at www.dunphyford.com.
Come experience the Dunphy difference. You'll be glad you did.
My name is Patrick Donahue, a franchise consultant with FranChoice, the premier network of franchise consultants in America. FranChoice is a company that helps people find a franchise business that's the perfect fit for them. We work with the people who want to own a business but don't really know how to find one that's both a top-notch opportunity and a great match. We specialize in franchise opportunities with the following
Chamberlain introduced first for St. Joe's Prep, Jaron McKee, wearing #1 here today. Jordan Ellerby, Philadelphia Catholic League MVP. That's Will Lesovitz wearing number 23. He'll match up with the opposing big. And then finally, Makai Robertson, super sophomore, number 11. Fifth starter in the lineup for Jason Harrigan, the head coach of St. Joe's Prep and the Coach of the Year in the Philadelphia Catholic League. Archbishop Wood wearing the all-black uniforms here today. They got the checkered yellow up the sides and the yellow numerals. Mike Green will start here today for Archbishop Wood. Caleb Lundy as well, wearing number 11. Jaden Jenkins. Brady McAdams, who took unto himself to get into the grill of the St. Joe's Prep student section and program a little bit, wanting the smoke here today, and I think this St. Joe's Prep student section will give it to him. A big-time atmosphere here this afternoon, getting started with the Catholic League quarterfinals, one of the great days in sports here in Philadelphia. Let's figure out who goes to the Palestra. We'll find out in 32 minutes. St. Joe's Prep and Jordan Ellerby, guarded by Brady McAdams. They like to go 5 out, Matt, and then back cut like that. Jaron McKee.
Early split action. McKee chooses the backdoor cut for an easy lay.
Lundy, good kick. Mike Green was on fire from beyond the arc the first time these two teams played.
Wide open look, Lundy in the air. Possible charge opportunity in the future for the Hawks.
Not that time, but an offensive carom brought down by Robertson. McKee open for 3. It's good. 5-0 early.
Second possession opportunity for the Hawks. They have the energy and the crowd into the game.
Nice drive to the hoop. That one will fall. And Archbishop Wood gets the answer. Starts to put themselves in position here, get into the flow of the basketball game.
That's Rowan Phillips driving the ball strong, was out for most of the season, back into the game and making an impact.
Good defense there, and that went off the knee of Jordan Ellerby. Aaron, that's terrific defense there by Mike Green.
Yeah, you see that ball go down. When it pops up, Might be some arm contact. Ball goes straight down. Great context clue to show you that's all ball.
Good crew here today, right, Aaron?
Fantastic. Joe Anhalt, Derek Herbowski, Dan Comas. 3 of the best in the Catholic League.
And they got a foul there on Jordan Ellerby. Brady McAdams will head to the line for 2. One more look, and it's good screen there by Jaden Jenkins. Takes both of those defenders out of the play. Just a wide body in legal position there, Aaron. It's a solid job by the Wood big.
And no help defense from the corner shooter there. Easy, wide open layup. McAdams is coming off a 22-point game, led his team in scoring on the road at Bonner. No wonder he's so confident.
80% from the line is Brady McAdams. You talked about Rowan Phillips, who hit the first bucket of the game for Archbishop Wood. Was the leading scorer for the Vikings before he went down. And we talked about not your average 10 seed when we came onto the telecast here today. That's a big part of the reason why. That's a really tough shot and great defense by McAdams. Phillips lost the ball. Here comes Lesovitz. Numbers for St. Joe's Prep. Nobody stopped the ball. Open 3. Olin Chamberlain.
At corner 3, Olin Chamberlain. Kick out from the MVP, Ellerby.
McAdams thought he might have been pushed there from behind by Makai Robertson going for that rebound. St. Joe's Prep thought he traveled with the basketball. We play on. It's an 8-4 game, and the pace has been magnificent, Aaron.
Absolutely. Yeah, that's just fighting for the ball there, Bob. Incidental contact. There might be contact on plays, but not always a foul.
Lundy playing off 2 feet. That is incredible pivot. Presence of mind underneath the basket for Caleb Lundy.
That's one of your favorite plays, Bob. Under control, 2 feet, shot fake, pivot, and a bucket.
How about a left-hand, off-hand finish as well? Throw the kicker in there.
Coach Moscow is feeling good about the Vikings so far.
Green working real hard, bodying up. Terrific on-ball defense.
McAdams denying Ellerby the ball, trying to take him out of the offense.
Good matchup there with Phillips against Olin Chamberlain. Olin Chamberlain hit 1, he's hit 2 from beyond the arc.
They finished their warm-ups with an Olin Chamberlain 3. Give him a second. Hawks up 11-6.
Lundy all the way, and he's fouled by Will Lesovitz. Second team foul against St. Joe's Prep. Only one on Lesovitz. The other one was tabbed to the MVP of the league earlier in the contest, Jordan Ellerby.
That's 2 instances where Wood's gotten downhill and St. Joe's Prep's late rotating, and then they have to gamble at the rim.
Team of good free throw shooters here for Archbishop Wood. 77% from the line for Lundy. No relation, by the way, to Seth Lundy, who played at Roman Catholic, Penn State, and then the NBA.
Vikings make free throws at the best in the league, 80%, Bob. So far, so good, getting a lot of points from the charity stripe.
1-2-2 zone for Archbishop Wood. Now kind of backing Rowan Phillips into that 2-3 type of look. And Archbishop Wood gets beaten by St. Joe's Prep. How do you beat a zone, Matt? You get the ball to the middle, huh?
Get the ball in the middle. Everybody turns and looks. The ball is a spotlight. Easy bucket for Jaron McKee.
St. Joe's Prep goes the same way, into the zone. Lundy got it back. He short-armed it, and it's knocked out of bounds by Lesovitz.
Less is more with Will Lesovitz out of Norwood Fontbonne Academy in Chestnut Hill.
Oh, they just left Brady McAdams. And that's the threat of Mike Green, Aaron, from beyond the three-point line.
Yeah, both teams, you look at this, could be tight. neither team has hesitated. They're making shots. There's a great flow to the game, even with what's at stake.
Vikings are in a 3-2.
Will Lesovitz couldn't hit it. Nobody checked out though. Olin Chamberlain, and then it looks like McKee, the younger McKee brother, able to clean it up at the glass.
That's Julian McKee on the glass early. Came in for Robertson.
Just a freshman. Phillips is fouled by by Will Lesovitz there inside. That's his second, Aaron. Big call early on, and certainly now St. Joe's Prep has to think about how they're going to patrol the inside going forward, Matt.
That's a big second foul on Will Lesovitz. I think the call was moving his feet. He wasn't in legal guarding position. Moving his feet, got him with the body. Tough shot, tough opportunity to take a foul there. Will is not happy, going to the bench. Jason Harrigan asking the referee for some clarity. What'd you see there, Aaron?
Yeah, it's the same situation where Wood's getting downhill and attacking the basket. Some contact there. I saw Derek report there was a hit to the arm. So he's saying he didn't get to the height of the ball.
2:40 to play, and of course Archbishop Wood 6 for 6 from the foul line here today. So they cash in. Jordan Ellerby couldn't hit it. Give him his own rebound, and that one's wildly thrown up towards the rim. Lundy the other way. He's gotten his own rebound again. Beautiful for Jaden Jenkins. Interior passing, Matt, the difference there on the offensive carom.
The Hawks are going to need the rebound on both sides of the ball. On the offensive end, nobody went to the glass, and on the defensive end, everybody turned and looked at the ball. Jenkins is too big not to box him out.
Robertson, it's well defended, but Jenkins crashed. And that's Archbishop Wood saying, I'm going to take my chances with Julian McKee taking the three from the corner. We're going to double on Robertson. Sky into the basketball, Jaron McKee. Jenkins does a nice job to get back into the play. Really well defended. Not getting to the glass, though. Timeout, John Moscow. Second time in 3 possessions, Matt, that St. Joe's Prep gets to the glass, and it costs Archbishop Wood there.
You got to box out. Giving second chance opportunities to a great offensive scoring team at home is going to get the crowd into it like you can hear, and it's going to give John Moscow some agita.
Good look there by Frank Gilbert inside the St. Joe's Prep huddle. You're the number 1 overall seed, Matt. You didn't lose a game until Sunday, Super Bowl Sunday. What's your reward? You get a surging Archbishop Wood team with Rowan Phillips back on the floor for the first time. Hey, listen, sometimes it's the hand you're dealt. But how do you feel that St. Joe's Prep is playing 6.5 minutes in?
So far, so good. They're getting themselves in a little bit of foul trouble. They have 3 team fouls, but overall, I like their energy. They got 17 points. I like to see them tighten up their defense and box out, prevent second chance opportunities.
St. Joe's Prep extended that zone out to half court. That is not a good pass. Telegraphed and decided before he ever caught the ball. Great kick out, Olin Chamberlain. And guess what? Another offensive rebound. Jenkins got the block. Lundy traveled with it. Both officials right there on that call.
Sophomore guard Lundy is one of the keys to this game, being able to manage the pace of the game. Both teams score in the 70s. If Lundy can control the turnover game, the Vikings stand a real chance of winning this ball game. Jenkins with the block, one of the leaders in the PCL.
It's a really good offensive look for St. Joe's Prep. Run the MVP off the double screen. He's really good from the elbow. No chance for Jaden Jenkins to get out and contest. Phillips, tough shot. It's blocked. Robertson gives it away. And Lundy is fouled by Jaron McKee. That's the 4th team foul against St. Joe's Prep. Next one will send the Vikings to the bonus.
Phillips pressing a little bit there, having not played a lot in the last month. Sometimes you think you can do more than you can, just like when you get older. You can't do as much as you used to be able to, but having a little rust on the wheels there, Phillips has to stay within himself, play within his game.
5-point deficit, 20 seconds to go.
McAdams in the high post.
Phillips in trouble. And a held ball. Held ball situation. Alternate possession will keep it with Archbishop Wood with 5.5 seconds left.
Now, that ball, it gives the ball back to the Vikings, but coming out of the timeout, a big transition play, often a really important play as far as momentum goes. So great defensive play by the Hawks.
See if they get something going to Jenkins here inside. Right off the back, and a foul is called. That's the 5th team foul, though. How about that play, Aaron Hart?
Yeah, they were all geared up trying to stop the lob play. He throws it off of the back. All he has to do is reestablish inbounds with one foot, as long as the other foot isn't out of bounds. Now he's back in play.
And that's a high school specific rule, is it not, about the reestablish? No?
No, that's across all levels.
So you don't need to get both feet down inbounds to be reestablished.
Correct. 1 foot in, as long as no other body part is out of bounds.
Okay. And when you say out of bounds, you mean physically touching or above that imaginary line going to the sky vertically?
Actually touching.
Got it.
And the line, of course, is out of bounds in basketball.
Yep.
2 more free throws for the Vikings.
And I think, yep, there you go. You got a foul there called against Archbishop Wood. That doesn't hurt. Just the 1st team foul against the Vikings.
Offensively, you want to get the ball on the other side of the half court for a chance at a hit ahead. Don't want to foul in this situation with 2.5. Look for 2 passes and a shot.
And they foul him again at 1.1. Again, a nice job there by Archbishop Wood, but that is the second personal foul against that young man.
Warren with a 2nd foul. He's averaged about 18 minutes per game.
Hasn't played much here, but he's taken 2 fouls. St. Joe's Prep now has advanced the ball into the front court. It'll be the MVP to inbound the basketball. Lob there, and that's great defense there by Archbishop Wood. Aaron, I thought they managed that end of quarter situation beautifully there, aided by the fact that they didn't have a foul called against them leading to that point.
Yeah, it's something new we talked about last time I was with you, how the rule change going away from the 1-and-1 and 7 team fouls per half, you get more situations close to the end of quarters where if you're not at that threshold for the penalty, you take fouls to prevent the other team from getting a shot off. So it's a strategy change based off of the rule change.
Timeout on the floor here. First quarter action on Bob Long Sports, brought to you by Ballard Dermatology, offering comprehensive medical and cosmetic skin care, providing early detection and treatment of skin cancer, treatment of all skin conditions, and many cosmetic options to reduce sun damage and help you love your skin. Visit them online at balladdermatology.com or call Dr. Mary Griffin at 610-664-3300. Healthy skin starts here. Mishak Physical Therapy, treating his community with physical therapy and chiropractic care for 20 years. Mishak Physical Therapy has many specialties, including sports injury treatment and concussion treatment. They're direct access, meaning no referral is needed for most insurances, and they accept most insurance plans. Visit them online at mishakpt.com or call 610-327-2600 for new patient scheduling. St. Joe's Prep 19, Archbishop Wood 16. 1 versus 10. Archbishop Wood slayed Bonner Prendergast on the road in Drexel Hill on Tuesday afternoon. Beat the snow getting home. And here they are, less than 48 hours at it again for a 4 o'clock tip at St. Joe's Prep. Good kick out. Chamberlain. Ellerby. Great kick. McKee, yes. And the freshman Julian McKee puts it in.
Cool, calm, and collected. Kick out 3, step in, his feet were set. Super easy shot when you're a shot maker. Under control freshman for the Hawks.
Mike Green thought about the triple. Good jump stop. McAdams, wild shot.
Yeah, Jenkins down low. That's one thing the Vikings need to take advantage of is Jenkins' length.
Short arm that time. Jenkins got a hand on it. That was Jaron McKee letting that one go. I think he was surprised at how open he was. Caleb Lundy, though, he is confident from a couple steps inside the three-point line.
Confident coming off a 21-point outburst at Bonner, playing with a ton of confidence.
Ellerby pulls up. He can hit some difficult shots. I tell you what.
Pat Chambers down at Florida Gulf Coast likes him a lot.
It's a nice job by McAdams there, recognizing that nobody was back there to receive the basketball from Lundy. I think it's because Lundy was the one throwing it in. Phillips, he can really get to the hoop, can't he? Good job staying straight up there by Julian McKee, the freshman. Ellerby the other way. And Caleb Lundy is down on the floor. They don't stop it. Now they will. And Jaron McKee puts St. Joe's Prep up 27-18. Largest lead for the Hawks here today. And there is real concern on the floor for Caleb Lundy. And Aaron, no immediate danger to the head or neck area for Caleb Lundy. Is that the general thought process there on letting that play on?
Exactly, and the opponent has possession of the ball and an imminent scoring opportunity. If he's right underneath the basket or, like you said, a serious injury is evident, probably stop it. I just went back and watched two players just ran and collided incidental right in the middle of the floor. Kind of weren't looking at each other. Just an unfortunate collision there.
So we're going to give this moment for Caleb Lundy the grace it deserves. Give him a little privacy here. We'll take a quick break and come back on Bob Long Sports.
Low investment, high margin, and rapid break-evens. The best thing about our service is that it's free to the public. We're paid by franchise companies for this service. Obviously, the best opportunities fit the criteria mentioned above, and the right way to find those opportunities is to spend some time with the people who work with the very best franchise companies looking to expand in your local area.
And a good call there by Aaron Hart prior to the break. Julian McKee was running down the floor, didn't see Caleb Lundy. Lundy didn't see him. Lundy is up behind the bench, working with the training staff, trying to find his way back into the contest. Phillips up and under, no. McKee inside has been a big part of things to prevent the dribble drive. A reset from McKee, it's a big night. A big night from the senior, Jaron McKee.
Credit Ellerby for setting him up. Little fancy pass, but it worked.
Brady McAdams silences the crowd momentarily. 10-point deficit.
I had to keep attacking the basket if I were the Vikings.
That one won't go.
With Lundy on the bench, they're giving up 6 assists per game. Hopefully he can re-enter the game healthy.
Archbishop Wood trying to move the ball quickly, create a look like that. Mike Green, quick 5-0 run by Archbishop Wood.
He's got great confidence when he's open. He's shooting the ball to lefty. Mike Green.
Trying to shoot St. Joe's Prep right out of this zone. Ellerby ambitious that time. A fastball intended for Julian McKee.
He needed to hold it for one more split second, allow his post player, McKee, to get to the box. No reason to hesitate. He was just sped up a little bit by the defense. Again, when you have a size advantage of Jenkins, I like to see them throw the ball, get him on the blocks, even though he doesn't like to play with his back to the basket.
Warren throws it into the St. Joe's Prep bench. Bit of miscommunication that time between Warren and Brian Donahue.
Brian Donahue, another perimeter threat for the Vikings, is getting solid minutes here in the first half.
Archbishop Wood going with the run and jump. And they're going to get the steal. Mike Green comes up with it. Numbers. Warren got right to the hoop. Excellent body control by Warren.
Next play mentality. Get a steal, get yourself back into rhythm. Forget about the mistake.
How about a 7-0 run from Archbishop Wood after St. Joe's Prep took, at the time, the largest lead of the game at 12. Ellerby. Sometimes you just can't guard it. Too good.
He most often spins from the right to the left to get over his right shoulder, which is typical for a right-handed shooter. Looks like a tough play, but not for him.
And that's a good no call there. The defender's retreating. There's a slight movement with the arm, but we're looking at if the wrist gets past the elbow, an extension. So it looks worse because the defender's already retreating.
And Mike Green was a half second late, didn't give Ellerby the space to land. His first, team's first, here in the second quarter. And the first foul against Archbishop Wood by a guy not named Warren. How about that?
They're doing a good job of not fouling. They might need to add a little more pressure to the guards. They're getting wide open looks, need to get out on the shooters clearly, especially Jaron McKee.
Feels like the difference maker thus far. I mean, Jaron McKee scoring the basketball, but with Lesovitz out of the game, Jaron McKee doing things like that.
Credit the MVP.
And Julian McKee controlling the glass for St. Joe's Prep. They have a 9-point lead.
Now you got Rowan Phillips in the high post.
Phillips thought about the three. It's blocked. Phillips staying with it. Dangerous pass, last touch by McAdams. And it's McKee again, Aaron. Julian McKee creating havoc.
Yeah, he's walling up at the basket. I think coach tells him at the end of the first quarter, if we can contest without fouling, it's going to make it a lot harder for Wood, who's such a good free throw shooting team. And you see the adjustment in this period a lot better around the basket.
I think Jordan Ellerby was too open on that one. He hits every contested shot, it seems.
Phillips has got to throw a bounce pass next time on that baseline cutter.
Got the ball in a good spot. St. Joe's Prep basketball, guess who? Julian McKee. Olin Chamberlain would be a big one. How did he keep that one in bounds? Offensive foul is called. Both officials in the area, Aaron, I think we're on that one. It's a good call by the Stripes.
Yeah, defenders established. Offensive player goes to and through the torso. Correct call.
Timeout on the floor. 2:04 to play. I'll introduce you to our crew again here. Thanks for joining us for this matinee affair. Frank Gilbert is on the camera. We got Matt Paul with us here today. Aaron Hart, longtime official here in the Philadelphia area. Thrilled to have him along with us and giving us the inside insight on what's going on the floor and what's going on with our terrific officiating crew. Aaron, give you another chance for the folks that didn't join right at 4 o'clock to introduce our crew here today.
Yeah, we've got Derek Herbowski, Joe Anhalt, and Dan Comas working the game today. Tidbit about them, they all work in education and dedicated to the community here. Just 3 of the great guys in the Catholic League.
So let me ask you a question then. You work in education, and St. Joe's Prep has a 4 o'clock tip in Philadelphia the day before the Eagles parade. How do you get down here?
Yeah, that's a question you'd have to ask them.
They must have good relationships with their employers, which is awesome. Great to have them here.
Beautiful facility, Bob. This is my first time in this gym. First time. I've only heard about it. And Speedy Morris Court is his name is on the sideline there. Speedy Morris is the only Pennsylvania coach to have over 300 wins in 2 different schools, St. Joe Prep and Roman Catholic.
That is quite the factoid. And, of course, we'll head up 95 to see Roman Catholic at 7:30 on Bob Long Sports. So nothing but a 5 overtime classic could stop us from getting there, Matt. McKee,
we're going one
rebound.
way or the other.
Yeah, you're not kidding.
All right, not a bad look, but not under control. As Bob often teaches, 2 feet, get to a jump stop. Play under control. The Vikings are hanging around here. I like the fact that they are within striking range, under 10 points.
Jordan Ellerby traveled with the basketball. And an important 1 minute, 19 seconds for Archbishop Wood. Folks are getting off of work, heading to happy hour. Make sure to tell them to tune in to Bob Long Sports for a doubleheader here today in Philadelphia Catholic League quarterfinal playoff round action. Would you agree, Aaron, one of the great days on the calendar?
There's really nothing like it. I'm having flashbacks. One of the last high school games I worked was this matchup up at Archbishop Wood on a snowy night, and you were there, Bob, calling the game.
Lundy got it to go. Asking for contact, but what a bucket.
He looks like he's back to 100%. It just needed a little bit of Gatorade on the sideline.
That's right. He went down earlier in the collision with Julian McKee. 24 seconds left. St. Joe's Prep, of course, no shot clock here at the high school level. Has every impetus to hold for the last shot. And guess what? St. Joe's Prep has to watch out for Archbishop Wood with 3 fouls to give as well. So do they give one here with 8 seconds? And they do. They give it at 3.9.
You see Coach Moscow look down his bench to his assistant, and he said, how many fouls does he have? He said he doesn't have any. All right, go ahead.
The only guys with fouls are Warren with 2, Mike Green with 1, and Jaden Jenkins just picked up his first. That is it. And they give the foul again, and that clock kept running. It's a home game here for St. Joe's Prep. Let's get that clock stopped, huh? Come on now.
They still can get a good shot here. I'd like to see a catch and shoot. If they foul you, you're in an active shooting. So catch and shoot the ball here.
It's great defense. Just terrific defense by Archbishop Wood. It was Warren over there in the corner doubling up on Jordan Ellerby. Kind of a half-hearted ask for a foul there. You're not going to get that call ever. And Archbishop Wood gets off the floor down just 7. Aaron, your thoughts on the first 16 minutes here as St. Joe's Prep, the number 1 overall seed, takes a lead to the locker room at home.
With the Prep, it's amazing to see because, as I just alluded to a couple years back, we had the matchup where they came in as the upstart, almost got to the Palestra, almost knocked off the established team of Archbishop Wood, who was really good that year. And it was almost like, man, they're so close. And it made me think about, leading up to this, about kind of what the Eagles just went through, where you get a loss a couple years back and you got to recover from it, and it stings, but they've learned a lot. They've matured on and off the court. And now this is their moment with the target on their back as the 1 seed. So that's really what I've seen. And they don't show any nerves. They're playing together, and, they got a 7-point advantage. Looks like they're ready for the task.
We're going to hit more on that storyline right there, thinking back 2 years ago and the 6A classification on the other side. But, Matt, what say you in terms of what we've seen?
I like where the Vikings are right now. I like, their confidence. They're giving up some easy looks, but they're also scoring pretty easily. They're on pace to score what they normally score. So the defense is going to have to pick up for the Vikings here in the second half. To only be up 7, I think St. Joe Prep expects to be the better team. They handled them pretty easily the first time, but I expect the Vikings to come out swinging here in the second half. It'll be their ball, I believe, coming out of the second half intermission. So I'm excited to see what the third quarter is. One of these two teams is going to have a big quarter, and I'm betting Moscow the Magician is going to be ready for the third quarter.
Well, let's see. If they give us 8 minutes of what you're talking about, I think we might just need to trademark that. Moscow the Magician. We'll let everyone chew on that until we come back.
They said it couldn't be done, but somehow CCM was able to close this home in just 21 days. Carl, how'd you pull this off?
Oh, hard work, dedication, grinding.
Were you ever worried?
Well, Chloe, they pinned us in deep in the second bedroom, inspection issues, but we regrouped. Knew there was still a lot in play.
Well, I'm sure the Franklins were pleasantly surprised.
We got a good organization here. A lot to look forward to.
Good luck with the next close. And there you have it. Cross Country Mortgage is dedicated to getting it done.
So, it's time for your business to renew your lease. Or perhaps you're right-sizing or relocating. This can be an exciting time, but it's also a major project to undertake. You know you need an expert on your side from start to finish. What if this expert had no conflicts of interest, no landlords to answer to, and a fiduciary responsibility to work solely in your best interest? Enter the experts at Gola Corporate Real Estate. They've seen it all over the course of thousands of transactions in dozens of industries. Gola gets it. And what if those experts came with a team? Subject matter experts to manage everything that comes with this process, all with zero out-of-pocket cost to you. A turnkey experience that adds real value. Gola gets it. We've been partnering with clients like you for over 40 years. Philadelphia-based with a national presence. Get to know Gola. Gola gets it.
Looking to buy, sell, or invest in real estate? Meet David and Kay May, a dynamic team with a shared mission to help you turn your real estate dreams into reality. What sets them apart? Their wealth of experience, combined with a genuine passion for guiding clients every step of the way. They believe everyone deserves personalized attention, fair treatment, and expert advice throughout the process, ensuring your journey is smooth and successful. David and Kay may go above and beyond to meet your needs, ensuring expectations are not just met, but exceeded. Whether you're a first-time homebuyer or a seasoned investor, their personalized approach and commitment to service make every real estate journey smooth and rewarding. Contact them today to get started on your next real estate adventure.
When your car needs repairs and you can't wait, Meineke can help. With life's crazy schedule between work and family, you'll love Meineke's same-day service. Call today and Meineke will get your car in today. For new brakes, exhaust repairs, or your check engine light comes on, trust Meineke to do the job right. And families have been coming to Meineke for years because Meineke works on any make or model vehicle. Same-day service, value, and trust. Meineke, doing car care right.
Be a part of the biggest live events. The must-see matches.
He scored!
The game day celebrations. Experience live sports and entertainment the way they're meant to be seen. With Joe Hand Promotions, the global leader of live entertainment for bars, restaurants, and cinemas. with exclusive content relationships with the nation's largest sports and entertainment providers. In over 10,000 bars, restaurants, and cinemas across America, make your business the place for the next must-see event.
More people are choosing Faulkner Infiniti of Willow Grove for the outstanding customer service and the extraordinary selection of Infiniti vehicles. Like the all-new 2025 QX80, it's unlike any luxury SUV you've ever experienced. With an all-new design and groundbreaking technology, the Infiniti QX80 has set a new standard in its class. Come experience the QX80 and the entire Infiniti lineup at Faulkner Infiniti of Willow Grove. To be sure.
Next Play Basketball is an AAU program in the greater Philadelphia area. They offer camps, clinics, and private training for boys and girls, 3rd to 11th graders. They teach the next play mentality to help athletes have success on and off the court. Next Play coaches focus on each player's development through high-level coaching and a competitive environment. If you would like to join the Next Play family, go to nextplaybasketball.com for more information. They are hosting spring tryouts on January 11th.
(34-27) halftime here at St. Joe's Prep. Terrific facility, a great place to watch a basketball game, and a great place here to unspool and unveil who's going to find their way to the Palestra for a Wednesday matchup in the semifinal. Let's bring you now inside our broadcast booth. Bob Long, Matt Paul studying our halftime statistics here. What stands out to you, Matt?
Well, 8 made free throws by the Vikings, all in the first quarter. That's the first.
Bring that nice and tight.
You got it. 8 made free throws by the Vikings, all in the first quarter. For them to continue to have that success, they got to keep getting the ball inside, not settle for long shots. Jaron McKee with 15 points for the Hawks. Got going early, excited about playing this game. His brother came in, did a great job on the offensive glass. The Hawks have a lot of momentum here, but if the Vikings want to stay in the game, they got to get themselves to the free throw line.
Yep, Aaron Hart is with us here as well, official here in the Philadelphia area. And again, won't belabor this one, but we talked about the experienced crew. I think they've done a great job of letting the game flow. Foul counts have stayed relatively low, and yet it feels like the game's in a terrific rhythm.
Absolutely. They've got rhythm, as you mentioned, going back and forth. And the difference here is St. Joe's Prep adjusted. They're getting beat off the dribble, letting plays get downhill and having to gamble and giving up those easy free throws. And now they adjust and they build a little bit of a lead.
Aaron, you made a point heading into the break that I thought was terrific and wanted to hit a little further about how St. Joe's Prep for the last 2 years has been the hunter, and that upstart team, the team that needed 1 or maybe 2 wins to get ahead of, say, an Archbishop Wood or a Roman Catholic for state championship type play. So as a reminder to those of you that may not know off the top of your head, right, how this works, District 12 is made up of the Philadelphia Catholic League and the Philadelphia Public League. They each run their own leagues, they have their own postseason traditions, and the District 12 tournament is simply lining up top team from the Catholic League against top team from the Public League. And so what does that mean? Well, when you have 3 spots out of District 12, max of 2 can get there from the Catholic League. And St. Joe's Prep has been in the position the last 2 years of chasing a Roman Catholic team that, let's call it what it is, had some guys that we knew would be ineligible for the state tournament, but they earned that bid in large part because of guys like that, and an Archbishop Wood team with Jaleel Bethea, Josh Reed. So St. Joe's Prep has always had that talent. They've just come up 1 game short. There's an argument to be made, and Danny DiBaradinas, the AD at St. Joe's Prep, enjoyed when I made this argument to him, but there's an argument that once state tournament play started the last 2 years, Archbishop Wood could have been the best, St. Joe's Prep could have been the best representative for 6A at that level based upon who was eligible and the nature of that play. They never got that chance, Aaron, and so this is their chance to put their stamp with this group of seniors.
And that's what makes the climb up the mountain so difficult with the Catholic League, is you got to earn your stripes here, getting to the Palestra,
yep,
beating the best teams just for an opportunity at the state level.
It is an intriguing discussion And it is one we will continue to have, but at the end of the day, Matt Paul, the coaching you, it's got to be determined on the 94-by-50 stage that we have in front of us here.
And to win the quarter. The last quarter was won by the Hawks, 15-11. As boxing rounds go.
Jordan Ellerby, great start for St. Joe's Prep.
Turnover, easy bucket with no help defense.
Two turnovers to start the second half. It's exactly the start you want if you're a St. Joe's Prep fan.
And this is where the experienced guards, having senior-led guards, and junior Will Lesovitz is back in the game after sitting for most of the first half. Having experienced, tenured guards, it's been said time and time again, this is a guard league. If you have great guards who can handle the ball and create plays, you're going to have great success.
Will Lesovitz sat for the entire first half with those two personal fouls.
He was eager to shoot the ball. He hadn't touched the ball in a while.
Lundy couldn't hit it. Lesovitz in there with the rebound. And I thought a very good no call there, Aaron, on Jordan Ellerby trying to sell that contact. Jaron McKee. We got the largest lead for St. Joe's Prep at 12.
You got to stop the ball. If he ball fakes, you got to stay with the ball and expect your teammates to help you there. You can't go for the fake when Jaron McKee has the ball at the perimeter. It's a critical point here for the Vikings.
Phillips, it's good defense. Mike Green, wild shot. And a foul is called against Jaden Jenkins. That's his second.
When you play a motion offense, Bob, you allow your players the freedom to get their own shots and create. Unfortunately, the flip side is when the ball sticks a little bit in one person's hands, you're hoping that that one player can go one-on-one. Sometimes it doesn't work out.
Aaron, I think John Moscow had beef there, maybe thinking that Mike Green got hit. I'm not sure you can reward that type of play. There's a corner three for Will Lesovitz. 15-point lead.
Corner three, Will Lesovitz. The Hawks are up 15.
8-0 run to start the third quarter. You mentioned it, Matt, going into half. Somebody was going to make a statement here in the third quarter. That might have been blocked. Rowan Phillips was blocked by Mekhi Robertson.
The Vikings need a timeout. Coach Moscow's not afraid to call one here. Expect them to if the Hawks score.
Jaron McKee. Beg your pardon, that was Ellerby.
When you're the MVP, you can take any shot you want, but not the best scoring opportunity for the Hawks in that scenario.
Lundy. Jordan Ellerby picks up the personal foul.
And to answer your question, Bob, on the last drive with Green, they're side by side in the defender's vertical, and you see the offensive player lean in with the right hand and create that contact. Defender's legal. So we referee the defense with an awareness of the offense, and that's offense-initiated contact. Last thing here, right before the break, furthest official makes that call. The play curls, and the trail official can see in and see the arm grab by Ellerby. So it's not always that official who's closest who may have the open look. Open look, closed look. That's what we're looking at.
I like it. Now, I know you're calling what you see on the floor there, but what did you see in terms of, let's talk about Lundy and kind of putting that head down. I recognize it, right? St. Joe's Prep is trying to run Archbishop Wood off the three-point line with those five guys dotting the perimeter. That's going to open up driving lanes, but it feels like Lundy there getting a little ahead of himself, kind of putting his head down. You're not always going to get that call, at least not right away there, when you're initiating that type of contact.
Right. It's the old adage, Matty, right? Take what the defense gives you. And that's why it's important to pull up, get those feet set, shoot over. If the defense doesn't come up, if they come out and contest and get all the way to the basket, that's a different story.
And Lundy with the butt pass.
Does it
second
again.
One he got away with. He got away with it last week at LaSalle as well. I love it. That's a playground move.
Jordan Ellerby. Off the down screen, got himself to the strong side block. That's a really good half-court set, Matt, from Jason Harrigan.
He was ready. It wasn't his timeout, but he set an offensive play coming out of it. Credit Robertson with the assist.
McAdams is fouled, and they call that on the floor. And who does that go against? It's going to go against Mekhi Robertson.
McAdams only with 6 points in the first half. He's averaging about 18 points a game. Expect him to try to insert his will into this third quarter.
And give it away again. This is not Archbishop Wood basketball here. Olin Chamberlain is fouled by Mike Green.
I think Mike Green went into that play thinking he had the foul to take away the layup, when in fact Chamberlain was a little bit unsure of whether he was going to shoot the ball or not. So he's going to give up 2 free throws here, but it's a bang-bang play. Again, 2 free throws for the Hawks. I mentioned earlier, Ellerby is going to play at Florida Gulf Coast for Pat Chambers. Pat Chambers used to coach at Penn State, if you recall.
Oh, how could I forget? I was at school when he was coaching up there.
Spent a couple years as a LaSalle assistant for Ashley Howard, whose father was a legendary player here for St. Joe Prep, Mo Howard.
Mo Howard, there you go. Also a Villanova assistant, a Boston University head coach. He's had a really nice run. Lundy. Phillips mishandled. Boy, if he can knock that down in no rhythm whatsoever. Bob Long doesn't have that in his game. My goodness.
He's confident. Phillips obviously wants to go out swinging here as well. The key for the Vikings is to play within their offense.
And Mike Green gets a steal. Gets to the rim. 11-point game. I mean, Archbishop Wood, prior to the last 20 seconds, has played about as bad a 3.5 minutes as they can play. And yet, they're in a position to be in a position.
A great 2-minute stretch for the Vikings. The defense has been the key. They got one-on-one here. It's a mismatch for the Vikings here. I would send Chamberlain through to clear out that ball side. I don't think Jenkins can guard Ellerby at this point.
Ellerby just waiting for Jenkins. That's a great kick out. Everything but the finish there, and that's why they didn't clear him out there, Matt.
They chose to go.
Brady McAdams missed the dunk. Ellerby threw it off the face of McKee while his older brother was in the corner waiting.
Again, the big guys, you want to make sure it's a bounce pass unless they can catch it high. You throw it to his face, it's going to hit his face.
Well, I don't think he saw him there. I think he was going for Jaron McKee in the corner 3. Julian just got in the way.
Little brothers.
What's that, Matt? Always in the way?
Usually the best athletes. Got away with one there.
Yeah, that's dangerous there. Here comes Ellerby, 3-on-1. They elect for Jaron McKee. And it will stay right here.
Guess who?
Yeah, exactly, Julian McKee. Listen, I know this has been a layup here tonight for Jaron McKee, and had he made it, that's what I would have said. It's like a layup for him tonight. But boy, you got 3-on-1. That's got to be at the hoop with a layup, you think, Matt, huh, Coach?
Got to take layups. They're even better than dunks. Layups are better than dunks, in my view.
All right, we got a timeout. Good timing there, because I want to understand that a little bit better. What do you mean layups are better than dunks?
Well, I've seen a lot of missed dunks this year. It's a big momentum swing when you have an easy layup and the ball hits the back of the rim. You know, my dad always said dunks should be worth 1 point. He hated the dunk play, so I was raised, you know, not dunking the ball, but also just take the easy layups.
I was raised not dunking the ball, too. It wasn't because I didn't want to.
But the sure bet, you want to make sure you take layups off the backboard, even the finger roll. Get the ball to the glass, let it roll in high and soft off the glass. I just like low-risk plays.
Yep, I love it. I'm glad we had the timeout to talk it through.
Pretty basic out-of-bounds play like John Chaney used to throw. Aaron McKee has his 2 sons on the floor, played for the late, great John Chaney.
St. Joe's Prep taking some air out of the ball and then getting the easy bucket. Matt Paul's favorite play, a layup at the rim.
Give me layups and give me some popcorn. That was a great play. Lundy tried to take a charge there. That was one of those flop calls I was going to ask you about, Aaron. How many flop calls have you made?
They waved that one off.
Yeah, the flop, I think we used the wrong word when they brought that into the game. You know, there's some embellishment. In this case, the guy comes over, the player brushes past. We call that a slip play, where he slips off the shoulder, doesn't make contact through the torso. And if someone knocks you as you're standing on your heels trying to take the charge, you may fall back. Flopping, it's almost like a dirty word to us. So we try to manage that with the players and the coaches throughout the game.
I come in the business of asking questions. If not flop, what should it be?
Well, I do soccer as well, and we use simulation, meaning something that didn't occur. And a flop, it's almost personal if you call it on somebody.
Interesting.
But we want that to jump out, no debate, and they're kind of making a mockery of the situation.
A lot of contact they play on. Great look for Ellerby. Robertson.
There's the dunk play, worth 2 points. The last play, he had a left-hand layup that he decided to go with the right hand. But that one he flushed, and the students are going wild.
Rowan Phillips has it now. It's a really nice play there by Archbishop Wood. Lundy couldn't come up with it. And last touch by Archbishop Wood. And I thought that's a good cut off the ball, get Lundy to the strong side block. Kind of got wedged in underneath that basket, I thought, Aaron, but a good play, and then St. Joe's Prep is walling up tonight.
That's been the difference, I think. Contested, tough twos, and rhythm shots.
Look for the Hawks to take every bit of this minute going into the fourth quarter. That was Will Lesovitz on that wall-up play.
Solid catch there by Chamberlain. Extra one for Robertson. He banked it home. Banked it home, 360, they all count. Largest lead of the night, 52-36. Boy, that's shooting into a triple team and getting bailed out for it. Julian McKee called for the foul, got him on the wrist. Another look. Aaron Hart shaking his head, yes, likes the call.
Yeah, 100%. Release, right after the release, defender's arm comes forward, makes contact with the shooter. He can't complete the follow through. Ball coming up 6 feet short.
Yep. Doesn't make it a good shot though, does it, Aaron?
Yeah, they're all contested. That's what it's been.
And defensively, you don't want to give up those 2 free shots on a contested shot. You're already there. Try to stay vertical with high hands, maybe a hand in the face. Makes it hard to shoot the ball.
Yeah, we call that a re-reach play where they start high, but when you bring your hand forward, it naturally drops from that level. So if you stay vertical, you're usually at the height of the ball, but when you re-reach forward, your hand will come down, and that's where we get those snake bite plays on the forearm.
Got some full court pressure here by the Vikings for the first time in the game.
And it feels like St. Joe's Prep is going to lick their chops on something like this. Let's see if Archbishop Wood can speed them up, though. St. Joe's Prep has done a nice job spreading the floor, but not that time. Warren ahead of the defense. There's your layup, Matt Paul. 12-point game.
And momentum shifter.
Can they get one stop here? It's a really good look. But what was that call? Right below us there, travel. Got it.
Picked it up, got himself to a jump stop.
We're at such a high level here. It's a terrific vantage point. I couldn't see down to that near side official. So point 2, and that is a good call there because that almost went down. But Aaron Hart, they got a quarter break to talk about this. When that clock is stopped with point 2, it has to be a tip at that point.
Yeah, point 3 is our number.
Yep.
For the high school game and for the collegiate game. It has to be, if there's point 3 or less, you cannot catch and shoot.
Yep.
It has to be a tip. You can't control the ball and then score off of a throw-in or a missed free throw.
Yep, and I think
in the NBA, just to make clear, because some people watch, they need point 3 or more, and they can catch and shoot. So sometimes we get confused with the different rule sets. But if there's not point 4, you can't catch and shoot.
May I ask you a question on that?
Yep.
Is that difference because of some type of different study in terms of what actually time it takes, or is that because the NBA uses tenths of a second or hundredths or thousandths of a second, whatever it is? 0.038.
So that rule only applies in gyms, and we have across the PIAA other gyms where there aren't decimals displayed.
And
so there could be
one.
Could be 1 second shown, but that really is 1.0 up to 1.9 if you think about it.
Right. And is that the same point when you go 1 decimal point further? The NBA game, I believe, check me on that, the college game is not going.
Some gyms, it just depends on the technology.
Okay.
But I think the main thing is that's been the rule forever. The NBA has its own rule code and what they can do with technology and different camera angles. So. And
do you know the studies? I don't know if that's in your casebook in terms of why the point 3 and what science has told us that's how long it takes?
I don't know why the point 3 or 4. The old Jay Wright adage was it takes about a second for every act.
Okay.
That was what he taught his players. So if you had 4 seconds, you could catch the ball, dribble once, pump fake, and get a shot off roughly. But I always reference Tyus Edney did a lot more in 4.7.
UCLA.
Chris Jenkins did a lot in 4.7.
Sure did.
Jenkins, good catch, cut, count it, and 1. And you talk about a half-court set coming out of the quarter break. That was terrific, Matt Paul.
Credit Jenkins for turning and facing. Will Lesovitz right in his grill. Turns, finds McAdams for the and 1. Old-fashioned three-point play. McAdams shoots 80% from the line.
I think the highest it got was 16. 16-point lead for St. Joe's Prep. It's 9 right now, 7.5 minutes to go to the Palestra.
2 turnovers in a row for the Hawks.
First time since 2018 for them. What a pass. Are you kidding me? Cash it in. Jaron McKee, play of the night.
And Robertson getting into the paint. Tough kick out. Finds Jaron McKee, who is on fire.
Remember that play. Offensive foul as Brady McAdams gets in there with the off arm. Good defense by Jordan Ellerby. Got one more look at this one coming your way.
Looks like McAdams lowers his shoulder, creates contact. What'd you see, Aaron?
Yeah, that's a classic defender, beats him to the spot. Takes the contact to the torso, and I'll keep saying it, to and through. If he stops short at contact and doesn't go through him, we could have a no call, but there clearly displaces the defender.
Robertson making his way into the lane. Second team foul against Archbishop Wood. Remember that play with Robertson on the other side, driving to seemingly nowhere. How does he find that tunnel vision? Jaron McKee puts it in, and then Archbishop Wood's best player runs through the defender.
A lot of times you're just looking for where the help defense is, and once you see a guy help, you're looking for that kick out automatically. He saw it before he got it, I'm sure.
Seems like the Prep always set somebody up in that corner too. They always got a guy standing there in the corner ready to catch and shoot.
They got a steal. Lundy all the way to the rim. It's blocked. Blocked by Jordan Ellerby. McAdams, not that time. Green all the way in. That one went off the base of the backboard. McKee, you got to close out on him. Offensive rebound. McKee, and Jenkins pinned it to the backboard and is fouled. Wild sequence there. Aaron Hart, what did you see up and down the floor?
Looked like the Crew had a play to the basket in transition. Was it Lundy going down? And it almost looked like the Prep player tried to take a foul, but it was on his back. It was screened out from the official. So.
And the MVP with 3 turnovers in a row now needs to settle himself and settle his ball club down.
Phillips, tough angle shot. Great check out by Robertson and a better decision by the young man. 12-point lead, 6 minutes to go, no numbers. Pull it back.
The pressure's on the Vikings here to defend.
Jaden Jenkins takes a foul. 3rd team foul against Archbishop Wood.
In that case, you want somebody to go over and at least trap or switch with the big guy, get him back inside the paint. But you can't have your big guy out on the perimeter trying to guard guards. Here we go again.
Jordan Ellerby has 10 assists on the night, 5 steals. Ellerby, great pass. Just terrific offense by St. Joe's Prep. I think that's what this team might have improved on the most from the last 2 years, Aaron, to now. You talk about that game that you've seen that you did 2 years ago. John Moscow just picked up a technical foul. But I think that might be what they're doing best now with these seniors, is getting to go in the half court. We know that they can run. They've done it for 3-4 years. This team's ability to operate in the half court, I think, is why we're looking at them as the top seed in the league.
Now you're giving up 2 free throws, the ball, and the momentum. Coming out of the 4th quarter timeout, the Vikings had some momentum going. They got early looks. They had the and one. They had 2 stops in a row. Now the momentum has shifted back to the Hawks.
What do you think about our guy, John Moscow, over there, Aaron? I know you've dealt with him. He's a terrific guy, but also put some pressure on the officials. I'm sure you've dealt with him and seen him at times and had some discussions with him. But, you know, where's his frustration coming from right now?
I think it goes back to the play I referenced. You know, let's be real. As officials, there's a couple plays per game that we want to have back or we just miss it in the course of the action. He wouldn't move on from it, and he probably said the magic word to one of the officials.
Here comes Archbishop Wood the other way. Lundy, contact, couldn't get it over the front rim.
But both of these coaches, real quick, you asked me about John and Jason. They make us better as officials. I want to be clear.
Yeah.
They bring the energy, and we got to work these games at the highest level for the players that are here, the coaches. We know what it means to them, so they're fiery about the game, and we understand that. And we love working the games when they're on.
I have had terrific opportunities to get to know both of these guys. 2 of the guys that give back to the kids, to the community, coach them up at a high level. John has won state championships, Catholic League championships. Jason's looking to join a very elite club right now in what would be his first Catholic League championship.
Something I haven't seen before is Coach Moscow sitting in a chair.
Well, that is by rule. Go ahead, Aaron. You know this one, right?
Yeah, if there's a direct technical foul or an indirect charge to the coach for one of his bench personnel who he's responsible for, as Maddie said, kind of an interesting rule. We don't love it, but
you have to sit for the rest of the game, yeah.
As somebody who stands the whole time while I coach, it's one of the most uncomfortable positions to be in. It's like going to confession after 6 months. and more free throws for the Hawks. Olin Chamberlain, the grandson of the great Wilt Chamberlain. Wilt Chamberlain and my uncle, Doug Lehman, were high school teammates at Overbrook.
You know, somebody's going to audit you someday, man.
Uncle Doug just passed away, so he can't verify that. But it's true that Uncle Doug
now you make me feel
and
bad.
Wilt Chamberlain drove to Kansas together. Wilt made it to Kansas. Uncle Doug came home and became a lifeguard.
Amazing. Amazing. I love your stories. The corsage one from the last game just still got me.
My sister corrected me. It was the flowers, not corsage.
Okay, all right. Remind everyone, because we're talking about the team here today. As Ellerby got through, Robertson was hit hard and will shoot 2 at the line to earn it.
I've still got a story we're waiting on from when I joined you last time. Matt talking about when he got a technical foul in Germany or Spain.
Good one. So I'll tell that story first. I'm playing a little bit overseas just after college, and I'm playing for the local club. One of the things you had to do was coach the youth team. So I'm coaching a 7th and 8th grade girls team. The fouls were 7-1 against us. I only learned how to order a beer, how to order breakfast, and I knew my numbers. And I said to the referee, Sieben Eins. That's all I said. 7-1, and I got a technical foul.
McAdams.
That's fantastic.
Couldn't hit it. Just hasn't quite been his night. To his chagrin and to the delight of the St. Joe's Prep student section.
We want to take the air out of the ball here.
Lesovitz, how about that? Under control from the St. Joe's Prep wing. That was not under control. Fortunate, though, to get that to McAdams. Last touch, I think that's the right call. Last touch by Archbishop Wood.
A 19-point difference here.
Of note, by the way, as St. Joe's Prep starts to pull away here, Jordan Ellerby came into the contest 19 points away from 1,000 point. Bear in mind, his senior year could have been his last game. Doesn't look that way right now. Lesovitz is fouled. Bonus time the rest of the way for St. Joe's Prep. He sits with 12 points. The aforementioned 10 assists. How about that double-double? 5 steals in the contest. 7 points to get to 1,000. It'll either be here today or Wednesday night at the Palestra, you might think.
Bob, I have to correct you. You said I coached at Gwinnett Mercy.
What did I say?
You said Gwinnett earlier.
That's
Mount St. Joseph.
That is a mortal sin there.
Where I coached Will's
goodness.
sister, who is even more determined and competitive than Will.
I can't believe that you gave me 3.5 quarters without correcting me on that. That's bad. That's a big-time rivalry. You think this is a big rivalry out here? Come on now.
They want you to come to a game. I've been asked to recruit you to come to a game.
I love it. We're there. Good turn to the basket there by Chamberlain. Now, I think we had one call with a timeout, one call with a 3-second violation. Nice communication there by those officials, Aaron.
A veteran crew. You know, am I right, Aaron, that the best referees get the best games at this point? Are they pre-selected? How does that work?
Yeah, it's based off merit of how you perform throughout the season.
Which goes back to needing to have good rapport with each of the head coaches.
Yeah, it comes down to all of that, you know. How comfortable does the signer feel putting you into a game with this magnitude with so much on the line? So you gain trust through experience, through showing up time and time again, being available, as Bob alluded to. It's all of it, you know. So
4 o'clock on a Thursday, baby. Yes, sir.
Yeah.
No, it's terrific. Would you agree, Aaron, in terms of the high school level, the Philadelphia Catholic League is the most difficult to officiate? And I do mean that in a good way to coaches, players, programs.
To me, it's all basketball, and I took pride in working in all the leagues, including literally every single one. The Public League, Suburban one, the PAC, the Bicentennial, the Friends League, the Catholic League. They all have their different challenges, different traditions. I think that's what makes Philadelphia basketball special. But obviously the athleticism and what you see on display in the Catholic League is very, very impressive.
Could you give a better answer than that, Matt Paul? I tell you what.
Very well thought out.
Yep.
Now I got to ask him where he went to high school with that well thought out answer.
Well, that'll be my time to say hi to Mom and Dad in Northern California, Mendocino High School.
Awesome.
They're tuned in, by the way, Bob. So if you see those streaming numbers from the West Coast, you got fans out there now too.
Heck yeah, love to hear that.
I was at a random Department of Recreation game last Friday night, and somebody introduced me to a gentleman. He said, "Oh, you were on TV last night. You're with Bob Long Sports." And I said, "Yes, I am." Bob Long is everywhere. He's here. He's everywhere. What's the guy's name?
Roy Kent.
That's right. That's Bob Long right there.
That's good. Well, hello to Mr. and Mrs. Hart. Thanks for watching and listening. And your son is doing an awesome job with us here, and we hope to have him with us, in about a week and a half or so, if we can be so lucky.
William Speedy Morris is in the house, cheering on St. Joe Prep.
Lundy double teamed. Great look for Jaden Jenkins. So much ahead of that young man at this level and the next.
Coach Moscow going to his bench.
Lesovitz. Skip pass there to get it back to the wide side of the floor. Foul called against Lundy, 2:16 to play.
I like the decision to give these players who don't play as much a taste of what Catholic League basketball is all about. You got to give credit to these road warriors, these Vikings, who had to win at Monsignor Bonner to get to this place, to come into the Prep, the #1 seed, and battle them as they had. You got to give them a lot of credit.
Jaron McKee, what a day for him. Wholesale substitutions for Archbishop Wood. St. Joe's Prep, here they are. They're going deep into their bench. Gavin Pennington, the senior. Harry Barnes, the senior.
Fans love seeing when their classmates get a chance to get on the floor.
.202 to play. Here come the additional substitutions. Will Lesovitz, the junior, comes off the floor. In his place comes Connor Patakis. Archbishop Wood bringing some newcomers onto the floor as well. #1, Kyan Strong into the game. He was contesting there. Rebound corralled by Dylan Powell, the 6-foot freshman. Three from the corner won't go. Here is Jordan Ellerby. And he's up to 14 points on the night.
He's going to be subbed out here for a curtain call.
And he'll go into the Palestra, 5 points away from 1,000 on his career. an MVP to his name, and his last game at Kelly Fieldhouse. What a legendary venue it is. Jaron McKee, Olin Chamberlain, their last game in this venue as well. And what a moment for them, a team that for the last 3 years has been chasing what they are getting right now, which is a chance to walk off the floor to a standing ovation and a trip to the Palestra on the second to last Wednesday in February.
You'll recall that they had their hearts broken here by the Ryan Raiders.
Yep.
That elbow jump shot that sent them home. I know they've been thinking about this in their training for this moment.
The way Ellerby is going, I think he wants to get 1,000 points out of the way before he gets to the Palestra. Give him a block, a defensive rebound. Yeah, he wants 1,000 points, doesn't he? Corner three, that one won't go.
Too much juice.
Good hands. Jordan Ellerby one more time. At home. In front of this fan base. By the way, he's 3 points away from 1,000. Timeout called by John Moscow. I don't think he's going to get that chance.
I don't know. The assistant coaches are trying to convince him, the head coach Jason Harrigan, to keep him in the game. I think they're going to run a play for him, Bob. At the buzzer. Little dribble handoff, kick out three.
I tell you what, if they do that, Matt, then wherever Archbishop Wood and St. Joe's Prep play next year in the regular season, we're going to be there.
I'm there.
Yeah, we're gonna be there for that one. I don't know that would be received all that well.
I don't know if they share Christmas cards or exchange them over the holidays or send cookies, but at this point it doesn't matter. You're 3 points away from getting your 1,000 point.
Yep.
You kept them in the game.
Kept them in the game. No curtain call.
Get the ball to number 2.
For Jordan Ellerby, and there's a palpable anticipation here in the crowd right now. Needs a 3 for 1,000. He knows it. They're going to clear it out for Jordan Ellerby. Now with the ball screen. Is this the time? Well short. Maybe one more. It'll spin its way to Jordan Ellerby. Down to 3. This is for 1,000. In and out. And there will be discussion about that end of game treatment by St. Joe's Prep. Let's watch this handshake here. And that is an intense discussion between Jason Harrigan and John Moscow. Nose to nose, we're going to let the images speak for themselves.
I'd say let them wrestle.
I think this is something in the heat of the moment, might be a disagreement, but later on, outside of the sting of the end of the season, the loss, something that they would understand. They were just trying to give the kid who's been a great representation of the school here an opportunity to have a memory in his gym. So
Great game.
Hopefully they come to an agreement later.
I think a lot of people are going to have a memory of this right here.
Yeah.
Well, this is
They're already
a
holding
good
hands,
scene.
Bob. They're good.
Yep, that's the two coaches right there. Don't need anybody in between them
There
any
you go.
longer.
So one team has punched its ticket. The St. Joe Hawks are headed to 33rd and Chestnut.
Palestra bound for the first time since 2018. Jason Harrigan talking to the only coach not named McNesby or Griffin or Carl Aragale, some of the greats at Roman Catholic that have coached either of those schools since 2008 when North Catholic won it. Beyond that, it's been Newman or Roman, and 2 times where Archbishop Wood won it.
Trivia question for you, Bob. Who was the head coach at North Catholic?
Ooh, you're going to have to tell me on that one.
Mike McCarron.
I like it.
Mike McCarron, my buddy.
So the story here today is St. Joe's Prep defending home turf, winning big over Archbishop Wood. Aaron, there was a time late in that second quarter into the third where Archbishop Wood was climbing their way back, but it was too much St. Joe's Prep.
Yeah, they stuck to their script, playing downhill, getting easy baskets, hitting their open shooters, and that prevailed today versus Wood, who felt like everything was a struggle. Even when they did score, it was contested. And as you said, the story today is really about them getting over the last couple of years of tough losses and almost there, and then to do it in front of their home fans and get a chance to play at the Palestra. I'm just happy for Jason and all those kids who have been part of that program here, so congrats to them.
They are 1 win away as well, Aaron, from locking up that spot for the PIAA state tournament. I know that's not their goal. I know they want to win a Catholic League championship, and I tell you what, if you do that, you get entry anyways. But in a situation where it goes chalk here tonight, Father Judge would play St. Joe's Prep in a semifinal game at the Palestra worth 20 points in the standings. And Father Judge is currently 20 points on the button behind St. Joe's Prep in terms of qualification. So there's a world where Roman Catholic, another 6A team, gets to the final. Father Judge upsets St. Joe's Prep, and St. Joe's Prep could again go begging. But I'll tell you what, group of seniors, they've been doing this for 4 years. And they might just have one more in them, and a heck of a lot more in them, because nobody wants to see this team's athleticism, their ability to execute in the half court, and their ability to get above the rim, a bunch of these guards, to rim protect defensively. They got it all going on right now.
Yeah, last time I was with you guys, we saw Judge pick up that signature win against Roman. And we said, to be the best, you got to beat the best. Prep gets their signature win today. And I think any of these teams, they don't mind who they have to play. If they play their game, they feel like they can cut down the nets at the Palestra.
Matt Paul, great job here today. A final thought from you.
Well, I love the defending home court, the student section. You can bet that the St. Joe Prep students are going to be at the Palestra. They're already buying their tickets if they don't have them already. The alumni, I know a lot of the alumni, really proud tradition. They love their football here. But to get the Prep back to the Palestra is a really big deal for a lot of people. A lot of basketball fans here in the alumni base. And I'm really happy for Jason and his staff. You look at his coaching staff. These guys have been with him, for a long time. They put countless hours into the gym, helping these guys develop their game. They don't have the biggest guys in the gym, but they're playing really big and really tough at this point in the year.
Congrats to the Hawks of St. Joe's Prep. Waiting a long time for this one. And I say this without any hyperbole, they've earned this one and then some. They'll play on Wednesday at the Palestra. A reminder that will be available only via pay-per-view through the Philadelphia Catholic League. I'm honored to be on that call. We'll be there on Wednesday, and I hope you can join us. For Frank Gilbert, who did a heck of a job on camera today for his first time, Matt Paul, not his first time and not his last either. Great job, partner. And Aaron Hart, the referee himself, broke it all down for us, put it into digestible terms. We're going to send him back, and he's going to be doing big-time college basketball games throughout the week. We're glad you made some time for us.
Thank you so much for having me.
We'll bid you adieu until about 7:30. We're going to clean this up quickly, head down to Holy Family, and get going for Archbishop Ryan versus Roman Catholic in another quarterfinal, live on Bob Long Sports. Come on back, folks. Get yourself a drink, some dinner, and we'll see you at 7:30.